The 2022 Mazda CX-30 is the Japanese brand's most affordable crossover, and with standard all-wheel drive, it already has a leg up on a lot of its competition. As Mazda creeps closer to being a premium brand, it's time to start cross-shopping it with such automakers as Lexus, Acura and Infiniti, because Mazda offers a similar vibe at a notably lower cost. Starting with its style, the CX-30 boasts Mazda's signature sleek shapes and flowing lines, which give it more panache than anything else in its segment. The absence of hard creases is a refreshing departure from other small SUVs, and it looks like I want to look graceful and dignified. I love the chrome accent around the grille that extends underneath the headlights, the Italian-looking taillights and the contrast spoiler. The red paint is also lustrous and deep, and I love how it plays with the swoopy shape of the bodywork to reflect light in an interesting way. The plastic body cladding detracts from the overall luxury vibe but adds a touch of rugged practicality. Inside, a mix of white, brown and black leather in this top trim is a surprisingly sweet combination, but I worry about the longevity of the light stuff. The chrome accents and contrast stitching elevate the cabin, but the piano black trim gets dusty quickly, and I really wish automakers would use something that doesn't require drivers to keep a Swiffer in the glovebox. You get the impression that it's been designed with a lot of thought, centered around the driver, with a high center console and big steering wheel. It kind of cocoons you, feeling very cosseting with everything positioned within easy reach. You may be disappointed if you're expecting a high seating position. You're not going to be lording it over lesser vehicles in the CX-30, you sit barely any higher than in a hatchback. That's good if you want to feel close to the road, but not so good if you'd like to see over traffic. There's loads of adjustability, with manual tilt, slide, recline and height adjustment as standard for the driver's seat across the range. That means it's very easy to find a comfortable seating position that should prove supportive for many hours behind the wheel, but you'll have to look for a GT Sport model for electric seats. Although the Mazda CX-30's button-heavy approach is a little old school, we think it works perfectly well. The media system isn't the focal point of the interior, and you don't need to use a central touchscreen display to control, well, pretty much everything. You get actual buttons to adjust things like the climate control or the volume of the stereo, and then there's a multimedia commander positioned between the front seats to navigate the slim 8.8-inch display which is perched on top of the dash. We'd go as far as saying this is a brilliant setup. The TFT display is perfectly positioned for glancing at while driving, while the rotary controller makes navigating menus easy. Anyone who's ever tried prodding a touchscreen system on the move and accidentally called their mother-in-law will appreciate this. Navigation is standard across the range, as is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. These are great for accessing your phone's features on the move. While sometimes the integration of these leave a lot to be desired, they work flawlessly in the Mazda. The graphics of the infotainment display are clear and it's quick to respond. The most frugal Mazda CX-30 is the Skyactiv X2WD with a manual gearbox, which officially returns 47.9 mpg. With the auto gearbox, this drops to 43.5 mpg, while four-wheel drive and the automatic transmission reduces this to 40.4 mpg. A four-wheel drive manual model officially returns 43.5 mpg. The Skyactiv G is pretty efficient. With the manual gearbox, it's officially good for 45.6 mpg, while the auto returns 42.8 mpg. The nice thing about Mazda's unstrained, non-turbocharged engines is they should be very efficient in the real world. Small turbo engines often struggle to return their official figures, but, with some careful driving, any Mazda CX-30 should be able to see 40+ mpg on a run. If you opt for the entry-level version known as the Skyactiv G, don't go expecting thrilling performance. It might have a big engine, but, with only 122 PS and not a turbocharger in sight, it's pretty sluggish. Officially, it'll reach 62 miles per hour in 10.6 seconds with the manual gearbox. It's quite a reverent hungry engine, needing a lot of work to make progress, and could be a shock to the system if you're used to a turbocharged rival with dollops of low-down torque.